Good morning, beautiful soul. Before the rush of the world pulls you into emails, responsibilities, traffic, or the noise of news feeds, just stop. For a moment, let it all go. This is your space. Not your jobs, not your families, not the world's yours. Let yourself breathe deeply right now. Inhale peace and exhale the weight of yesterday. This is your sacred pause, a gentle invitation to come back home to yourself. Every morning we wake up, we're handed a blank page. A fresh opportunity to begin again. And yet, so often, we roll out of bed already feeling behind on goals, behind on time, behind on some invisible standard that was never even ours to begin with. But what if this morning was different? What if before you gave the world your attention, you gave your soul your attention? You see, it's not just coffee that fuels a powerful day. It's intention. It's the energy you choose to carry. And it starts with the words you say to yourself. That's where affirmations come in, not as cheesy slogans or wishful thinking, but as sacred declarations of truth. Because the voice you hear most is your own. And when that voice becomes kind, grounded, empowered, your entire world begins to shift. Let these affirmations today be your reset button. They aren't magic spells, they're reminders, anchors, quiet whispers to your deepest self that you matter, that your peace matters, that the way you carry yourself through this day will shape the way you experience this day. And I want you to know something. You don't need to be anyone else. You don't need to wait until everything is perfect to feel worthy. You don't need to have it all figured out to take the next step. You are already enough. Not someday. Not when you check another box. Not when they approve. Right now. Just as you are. With your breath. With your presence. With your intention. So before we begin, I invite you to ask yourself quietly, what kind of energy do I want to bring into today? Is it calm? Is it courage? Is it gratitude? Because here's the truth: the world will ask you to rush, to prove, to hustle, to compare. But your soul is just asking you to be present, to trust, to come back to what matters. Affirmations are one way we return to ourselves. They remind us that mindset is not just personal, it's powerful. The way you speak to yourself sets the tone for how you show up in your relationships, your work, your decisions, and your dreams. And no matter what season you're in right now, whether you're rising from something painful, navigating uncertainty, or simply looking for more meaning, this moment is for you. So as we begin, let's drop our shoulders, soften the jaw, unclench the heart. There's no rush, just you and this breath. Let your mind receive these affirmations, not as commands, but as invitations. Not as something to achieve, but as something to remember. Because every word is already within you. Every truth is already yours. You're not here to fix yourself. You're here to honor yourself. This day, this one is sacred. It will never come again. So let's live it with open eyes, open hearts, and a spirit that says, I am ready. Welcome to your morning. Let's begin. Today, I choose peace over pressure. Not because life suddenly became less chaotic. Not because the calendar cleared itself. But because I realized peace is a decision I can make, even when the world around me feels overwhelming. We live in a culture that often glorifies being busy. The grind. The hustle. The idea that if we're not constantly striving, we're falling behind. But here's something I've come to learn: being constantly busy doesn't always mean we're moving forward. Sometimes, it just means we're moving away from ourselves. There's a quiet strength in choosing peace. It's not about avoiding responsibility or pretending that stress doesn't exist. It's about choosing to respond with clarity instead of chaos. It's about realizing that no matter how full your day looks, you can still carry calm within you. Imagine this: two people are walking through a storm. One is panicked, rushing, eyes darting everywhere. The other is steady, moving with intention, breathing deeply with every step. The storm is the same, but their experience is different. Why? Because of what they're choosing internally. Peace is not the absence of noise, it's the presence of stillness within. You may have a dozen things on your to-do list. You might be facing deadlines, difficult conversations, or uncertainty about what's coming next. But even in all of that, you can ground yourself. Right now. With one deep breath. Try it with me. Inhale, feel your lungs expand. Exhale, and let something go. That's not just air leaving your body, that's tension. That's fear. That's the belief that everything must be urgent. You get to slow down without falling behind. You get to pause, even for a moment, to remember what actually matters. So ask yourself, what pressure are you carrying right now that isn't even yours to hold? Whose expectations are you chasing? What's stealing your peace that maybe, just maybe, you could let go of? You're not weak for needing rest. You're not lazy for choosing calm. You're human. And your nervous system, your heart, your soul, they all need peace to thrive. When I say, today, I choose peace over pressure, I'm not saying I won't face challenges. I'm saying I'll face them with a different energy. I'll face them rooted, not rushed. Aligned, not anxious. Present, not panicked. And what's incredible is this choice ripples outward. When you choose peace, you create space for others to do the same. Your calm becomes contagious. Your energy helps shift the room. Your breath gives permission for others to slow down and reconnect too. So maybe today, you don't need to fix everything. Maybe you don't need to do it all. Maybe what you really need is to breathe, to listen, to soften, to trust that you are doing enough and that being well matters more than being busy. This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness. Every time you feel the pressure creeping in from your inbox, from your calendar, from the voice in your head saying you're behind, come back to this truth. I am allowed to move with peace. I am allowed to protect my energy. I am allowed to choose differently. You don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to justify your calm. Today, you're not just surviving the day, you're shaping it. You're saying, I don't need the chaos to prove I care. I choose to care from a place of wholeness. So take one more breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Remember, peace is your power. And today you're standing in it. Let's take a moment to sit with this truth. I am worthy of success, love, and happiness. Say it again, slowly, and feel what it stirs inside of you. Because sometimes, even though we've heard it before, we don't always believe it. Maybe it's because of past mistakes, or things people said, or the way the world tries to make us feel less than, until we've checked 100 boxes. But the truth is, your worth was never something you had to earn. It's not tied to how much you achieve, how many people approve of you, or how perfectly you play every role in your life. You are already enough, right here. Right now, just as you are. You are worthy of love, not the kind you have to chase, not the kind you have to shrink yourself to receive, but the kind that sees you, values you, accepts you fully. You are worthy of happiness, not because life is always easy, but because even in struggle, you still deserve joy, smiles, peaceful moments, a reason to laugh again. And yes, you are worthy of success, whatever that means for you. Not everyone's version of success looks the same. For some, it's a thriving career. For others, it's raising a family, healing from trauma, building a life that feels true, not just impressive. But regardless of how you define it, success is not something only the lucky or perfect get to have. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to dream boldly. And you are allowed to believe you can receive it. So many of us carry invisible weights, guilt, shame, stories from childhood that told us we were too much or not enough. And those old wounds can whisper things like, who do you think you are? Why would anyone choose you? You have to prove you're worthy. But what if today you chose a new story? What if you stood in the mirror and said, I don't need to be perfect to be lovable. I don't need to accomplish everything to be respected. I don't need to work myself to the edge of burnout to feel successful. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not behind. You are on your path. And maybe the most powerful thing you can do today is accept that truth, not because it's easy, but because it's healing. When you know your worth, something shifts. You stop begging for things that were never meant for you. You stop settling for half love, half joy, half dreams. You start creating from a place of fullness, not fear. And the best part? You don't have to wait for the world to validate it. Your worth doesn't depend on followers, likes, income brackets, or how many people say you're doing great. It lives in you. Quiet, uncheckable, real. So, if no one told you today, let me be the one to say it. You are worthy of everything good this life has to offer. Not someday. Not when you're better. Not when things are perfect. But right now. As you listen. As you breathe. Because you were born enough. And nothing can take that from you. Let that truth settle into your bones today. Let it guide your choices. Let it soften your inner critic. Let it remind you that you don't have to fight to belong in your own life. You already do. There's a moment, and maybe this is your moment, when you stop asking, "What if I'm not enough?" and start asking, "What if I already am?" We all carry doubt. That little voice that creeps in before we try something new. The whisper that says, "You're not ready. You're not strong enough. What if you fail?" And let's be honest, it's not easy to silence that voice. Because sometimes, it wears the mask of reason. It says, "I'm just protecting you from disappointment." But the truth is, it's not protection. It's limitation. You weren't born to live a life shaped by fear. You were born to grow, to try, to stumble, to rise, and ultimately, to step into your power. And power doesn't mean having all the answers. It doesn't mean being fearless. It means choosing courage even when fear is present. It means trusting your voice even when it shakes. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly believed in yourself, not because someone else said you should, but because you felt it in your bones? If that belief feels far away, that's okay. This is where you rebuild it. Right here, right now. Because the first step to stepping into your power is letting go of the belief that you are not enough. Think about it. How many things have you not done because doubt got louder than your dreams? How many times have you dimmed your light to make others comfortable? Held back an idea because you were afraid of being wrong? Stayed silent when your heart was begging you to speak? You don't have to live like that anymore. Today, you make a new choice. You choose to release self-doubt. You choose to stop waiting for certainty and start walking with courage. Because courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to keep moving forward despite it. And your courage, it's already inside you. It shows up in the moments when you say yes to the unknown. When you stand up after falling. When you speak your truth, even when your voice is trembling. That's what it means to step into your power. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's steady, quiet, certain, real. Your fear does not define you. Your past does not determine your future. And your self-doubt? It's just a shadow. It cannot stop the light you carry. So breathe with me. Inhale trust. Exhale doubt. Again. Inhale strength. Exhale fear. Every time you doubt yourself, but act anyway, you build self-trust. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you grow. Every time you take a step, even a small one, you are stepping into who you're meant to be. This is your life. You don't need permission to shine. You don't need anyone to validate your worth. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be present and willing. So today, say it with me and feel it. I release all self-doubt and step into my power. Fear does not define me. My courage shines brighter than my uncertainty. Let that truth carry you. Let it center you. Let it open the door to what's next. Because yes, you are ready. Let's slow down for a moment. Not everything in life has to be a race. Not every step has to be fast or loud to be meaningful. Because sometimes the smallest step forward is the most powerful one you can take. Today, let this truth anchor you. My potential is limitless, and I trust the journey. That's not just a feel-good mantra. That's a reminder, a gentle but steady call back to who you truly are underneath the noise, the doubt, the expectations. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not stuck, even if it feels that way. Every step you've taken, even the ones that didn't go as planned, has been part of something greater. And sometimes, growth doesn't look like giant leaps. Sometimes it looks like waking up and trying again. Like choosing hope over fear. Like getting up after falling one more time than before. There's this myth that to be successful, you have to be constantly doing, constantly climbing, achieving, proving. But in truth, the most profound transformations happen quietly, often in the pauses, the in-betweens, the moments when you simply choose not to give up. Your journey is not supposed to look like anyone else's. And your timeline? It's uniquely yours. So when you say, "My potential is limitless," you're not pretending the path will always be easy. You're saying, no matter how uncertain the road ahead may seem, I believe there's more in me than I can currently see. That belief, that trust, it's everything. It's the foundation that turns dreams into plans, plans into action, and action into transformation. Think of it like this: a tree doesn't grow overnight. You don't see its roots forming in the soil, yet that's where the strength is built. In the same way, your small choices today, your moments of discipline, your willingness to stay kind to yourself, your decision to keep going, those are your roots. And they're growing deep. You might not always feel it. You might look around and wonder if you're falling behind. Ask yourself, what would happen if I fully believed in my potential? What would I start or keep going if I stopped waiting for perfect timing and just honored my path as it is today? Because the truth is, every time you choose to keep going, you're already winning. Every time you take one small, intentional step, you're proving that momentum doesn't come from speed, it comes from consistency. You are limitless not because everything is easy, but because you are willing to grow through what you go through. You are powerful not because you never doubt, but because you choose to rise anyway. So today, even if the step is small, take it. Make the call. Send the email. Go for the walk. Say the affirmation. Forgive yourself. Try again. Whatever that step looks like for you, trust that it matters. Trust that it's carrying you forward. Trust that the universe, life, God, whatever name you give it, is moving with you, not against you. You don't have to force everything. You don't have to figure it all out today. Just keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep expanding. Because your potential, it's bigger than your fear. It's deeper than your doubt. And it's already alive inside you. So breathe, believe, and keep going. Your journey is working even now. Take a breath. Let it fill your lungs. Now exhale, slowly. And remember this simple but powerful truth. I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But in practice, it's one of the most transformative and freeing truths you can embrace. Because here's the reality. You are going to face negativity in life. You're going to have moments when your mind fills with fear, doubt, frustration, or sadness. That's part of being human. It's part of growth. But here's what changes everything: understanding that those emotions don't own you. They can visit, but they don't get to stay. They don't get to run the show. You are not your thoughts. You are not your anger. You are not your anxiety. You are the one observing them. You are the one who gets to choose what stays and what goes. Imagine your mind like a room. Thoughts are guests. Some arrive uninvited: stress, worrying, self-criticism. But you get to decide who sits down, who gets served tea, and who is shown the door. That's what it means to be the master of your mind. Not to never feel negativity, but to not cling to it. To notice it, name it, and let it pass. Let's be real, there are days when emotions come rushing in like a storm. Maybe someone says something hurtful. Maybe you're overwhelmed by a deadline, a setback, or just the heaviness of the world. That's okay. The key is in how you respond. Do you spiral into the story that you're not good enough? That nothing ever works out for you? That it's always going to be this hard? Or do you pause, breathe, and say, "This is temporary. I have felt this before, and I have risen every single time." That shift, that awareness is your power. Because your mind is a powerful place. What you focus on expands. And when you learn to redirect your thoughts, not ignore, but redirect, you start to see life differently. Not because life changed overnight, but because you did. And maybe no one taught you how to do that growing up. Maybe you learned to suppress, to push it all down, or let your emotions explode because you didn't know there was another way. But now you're remembering that your mind is a tool, not a trap. And every day, you get to shape it. Ask yourself, what thoughts am I feeding today? Are they helping me grow or keeping me stuck? Are they based on truth or fear? This is where the transformation begins, in the pause, in the choice, in the knowing that you are not powerless. So the next time negativity visits, welcome it like an old friend, then remind it that it doesn't live here anymore. This space, it's reserved for truth, for clarity, for calm. Repeat after me and mean it. I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. Negativity may visit, but it does not stay. I am the master of my mind. Say it again. Let it settle into your body. Because when you learn to lead your thoughts instead of letting them lead you, you reclaim your peace. You reclaim your day. You reclaim yourself. And that is real power. Take a deep breath. Let it go. And gently remind yourself of this powerful truth. I attract opportunities that align with my purpose. What belongs to me will come, and I am ready to receive it. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to chase, to hustle, to compete. And while ambition can be beautiful, it can also be exhausting if it's not aligned with who you truly are. Have you ever found yourself working hard but feeling empty? Chasing goals but still feeling off course? That's not failure, that's feedback. It's life gently nudging you back toward alignment. Because alignment isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. It's about creating space for the right things to find you, instead of constantly forcing outcomes that don't feel right in your soul. When you're aligned with your purpose, you stop chasing and start attracting. You begin to notice doors opening that you didn't even knock on. You meet people who speak your language without needing an introduction. You feel peace not because life is perfect, but because you're moving with it, not against it. But that kind of alignment starts inside. It starts with a belief: I am worthy of a life that feels like mine. Not a copy of someone else's dream. Not what society says success looks like. But your purpose, your unique path, your quiet calling. And here's what's beautiful: when you believe that what's meant for you will find you, it shifts how you show up. You no longer panic when something passes you by. You stop clinging to opportunities that don't feel right. You start trusting that the things that are meant for you won't miss you. That doesn't mean you wait passively. It means you prepare. You grow. You open yourself. You listen. You stay ready to receive. Think of it like planting seeds. You can't force them to bloom on your timeline, but you can water them, nurture them, create the right conditions for growth. The same goes for opportunity. Your job isn't to control every outcome, it's to stay rooted in purpose, keep showing up, and believe that life is working with you, not against you. Ask yourself, what does alignment feel like in my body? What kind of energy do I want to attract? Am I making room for the life I'm asking for, or am I clinging to what I've outgrown? Those questions matter, because you are always communicating with life not just through your words, but through your energy, your boundaries, your decisions. So today, declare it with calm confidence. I attract opportunities that align with my purpose. Let that affirmation be your filter. If something feels forced, chaotic, draining, maybe it's not yours. If something feels expansive, clear, soul-affirming, move closer. Trust the timing. Trust the unfolding. And trust yourself. Because what belongs to you is not lost. It's simply finding its way to you just as you are finding your way to it. And when it arrives, you'll be ready. Ready because you believed. Ready because you didn't give up. Ready because you aligned your life with who you are, not just what you could do. So breathe. Let go of fear. Open your heart to what's next. And say it one more time. I attract opportunities that align with my purpose. What belongs to me will come, and I am ready to receive it. And you are. Close your eyes for just a second and breathe. Feel the weight you've been carrying, the stress, the pressure, the noise begin to soften. Because today, we're not rushing. We're not criticizing. We're not comparing. Today, we're choosing something different. Something healing. Something true. I treat myself with compassion and respect. Today, I am gentle with myself. I am my own safe space. Say that slowly. Feel it not just in your mind, but in your body. Let it land in the places where self-doubt used to live. Let it soften the voice that says, you're not enough, or you should be doing more. You see, we're often taught how to be kind to others, how to support, uplift, encourage them. But no one really teaches us how to extend that same love inward. Instead, we become our own harshest critics. We apologize for our emotions. We beat ourselves up for being tired. We call ourselves lazy for needing rest. We criticize our reflection in the mirror before we even say good morning. But let me ask you, what would change if you treated yourself the way you treat the people you love? Would you speak more gently? Would you forgive yourself more quickly? Would you celebrate your small wins, even the invisible ones? Compassion isn't weakness. It's strength, deep, grounded strength. It takes real courage to say, I may not be perfect, but I still deserve grace. You are not your mistakes. You are not your worst days. You are not the voice in your head that tells you you'll never be enough. You are learning. You are growing. You are trying, and that matters. Treating yourself with compassion means recognizing that you are human. You will fall short. You will struggle. You will have moments of doubt. But you don't have to punish yourself for those things. You can choose to hold space instead. To be your own comfort, your own calm, your own quiet cheerleader when no one else is around. And respect. That's the foundation of all healing. It's not just about saying kind things, it's about making choices that honor your well-being. It's about setting boundaries that protect your peace. It's about walking away from people, places, and habits that make you shrink. Self-respect says, I don't have to explain why I'm choosing peace. I don't need to justify my healing. I am allowed to protect my energy. Because the truth is, no one can give you the self-love you refuse to give yourself. So today, remind yourself, you are worthy of patience even when you're struggling. You are worthy of rest even if your to-do list is unfinished. You are worthy of love even when you feel messy and uncertain. Let your inner voice be softer today. Let your heart feel safe within your own presence. Let yourself be your own home, your own safe space. Say it again, like a promise to yourself. I treat myself with compassion and respect. Today, I am gentle with myself. I am my own safe space. Let that truth wrap around you. Let it become the way you speak to yourself. Let it be the new standard for how you live, breathe, and grow. Because you deserve it. Not someday, but today. Confidence isn't something you wake up with every day. It's not always loud. It doesn't always look like a perfect smile or a polished response. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's simply the choice to keep showing up even after you've stumbled. I radiate confidence and strength wherever I go. Even if I stumble, I stand tall. My energy uplifts others. Let that sink in. Let it breathe inside you. Because you don't need to have it all figured out to be confident. You don't need to be the loudest in the room to be powerful. You just need to know who you are and carry that knowing like light in your chest. Confidence is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's not about never falling. It's about how you rise when you do. And let's be honest, we all stumble. We misspeak. We overthink. We doubt ourselves. But stumbling doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. What defines your strength is that you keep going anyway. I want you to think about the people in your life who inspire you the most. Chances are it's not just because they have it all together. It's probably because of their resilience. Because they walk through life with an energy that says, even if I'm uncertain, I trust myself enough to keep moving. That's the kind of confidence that matters. That's the kind of strength the world feels even before you say a word. And here's what's even more powerful. Your energy, the way you carry yourself, the way you walk into a room, it affects everyone around you. When you choose to stand tall, even with shaky legs, you're giving permission for others to do the same. You become a reminder that it's okay to be in progress, that you can be soft and strong at the same time. That courage isn't always grand, sometimes it's quiet and consistent. So how do you radiate confidence? You start by believing that your presence matters, that your ideas are valuable, that your story with all its ups and downs is not something to hide, but something that holds power. You start by choosing to show up fully, not shrinking, not apologizing for taking space, not dimming your light to make others feel more comfortable. You start by saying, even if I mess up, I will not shame myself for trying. Even if I fail, I will not let that be the end of my voice. Because confidence is a practice. It grows stronger every time you speak with intention, move with purpose, and live in alignment with your truth. And strength isn't about being untouched by life. It's about being shaped by life, but not broken by it. You have walked through seasons you didn't think you'd survive. You have carried burdens others never even saw. And still here you are, standing. That's strength. That's grace. That's confidence, the real kind. So today, let your energy lead. Let it say, I belong here. Let it say, I carry value, even when I'm quiet. Let it say, I'm not perfect, but I am powerful. Say it again, as a truth you live by. I radiate confidence and strength wherever I go. Even if I stumble, I stand tall. My energy uplifts others. And believe it, not because you have to, but because deep down you know it's already true. There's something sacred about mornings. Before the noise creeps in, before the emails, the headlines, the expectations, there's a moment. A moment where everything is still. Where anything is possible. A quiet invitation to begin again. I am grateful for this new beginning. Each morning is a chance to reset, refocus, and reignite my light. Let that truth settle in. Because maybe yesterday was hard. Maybe it didn't go the way you hoped. Maybe you felt scattered, overwhelmed, unseen, and that's okay. You're not alone in that. But here's the gift. This morning is not yesterday. This morning is a fresh page, and you, my friend, are holding the pen. You don't have to carry yesterday's weight into today. You don't have to replay the same fears or live in the same patterns. You can choose to reset. You can choose to breathe deeper, think clearer, and walk with more intention. That's the beauty of beginnings. They ask nothing of you but presence. They don't require perfection. They don't need you to be fully healed or have every answer. They just ask you to show up open, willing, and real. Think about this. How often do we rush through the morning, already living in the future? Already worrying about what might go wrong, what needs to get done, who expects what from us? But when we live like that, we miss the miracle right in front of us. This moment, this sunrise, this breath, this chance to start again from a place of grounded peace instead of frantic pressure. So today, I invite you to make a gentle shift. Instead of thinking, what do I have to do today? Ask yourself, who do I want to be today? Do you want to be present, grateful, courageous, calm? You don't have to wait until life slows down to feel those things. You can choose them even now. This new beginning is not a coincidence. It's not random. It's an invitation, a divine reminder that you are not stuck, you are not defined by your past, and you are more powerful than your doubt. You are here. You are breathing. And that alone means there is purpose in today. Even the smallest act, making your bed, sipping your coffee mindfully, taking 5 minutes to stretch, can become sacred when you do it with intention. You don't need a massive change to transform your life. Sometimes it starts with a whisper. I am grateful to begin again. So what does it mean to reignite your light? It means remembering who you are before the world told you who to be. It means reconnecting to what brings you joy, what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel you. It means not waiting for some perfect moment to start living differently, but realizing that moment is this one. Right here, right now. So take a deep breath. Feel the energy of this new day. Feel the power of starting over, not because you failed, but because you're evolving. And say it with me. I am grateful for this new beginning. Each morning is a chance to reset, refocus, and reignite my light. Let that be your anchor today. Let it guide your choices. Let it open your heart to the beauty that's waiting for you, not just somewhere far off, but in the quiet moments you're living right now. Let's begin with something simple and powerful. I believe in myself completely and unshakably. Pause for a moment, not just to hear the words, but to feel them. Let them land in a part of you that maybe hasn't felt fully seen or fully confident in a while. Because believing in yourself isn't about ego. It's not about pretending to be fearless or always right. It's about having an honest, grounded faith in who you are even when life gets unpredictable. No matter what today brings, I walk forward with faith in my abilities. That's not always easy, is it? Life doesn't come with guarantees. There will be setbacks, rejections, delays, days where things feel out of sync. And yet you move forward, not blindly, but bravely. Self-belief isn't built in moments of comfort. It's built in the moments where you're unsure, but you take the next step anyway. Think about it. How many times have you doubted yourself and still got through? How many times did you question if you were capable and then surprised yourself? That's not luck. That's you. That's your resilience. That's your quiet power, the part of you that keeps showing up, even when your confidence feels shaky. Believing in yourself is a daily practice. It means choosing to silence the voice that says, you can't, and turn up the one that says, try anyway. It means trusting that your journey may not be perfect, but it is purposeful. Let's break that down. What does it look like to believe in yourself completely? It looks like speaking up when it's easier to stay silent. It looks like applying for the job, starting the business, writing the book, even when your hands are shaking. It looks like forgiving yourself when you fall short, instead of tearing yourself down. It looks like showing up with integrity, knowing that who you are is already worthy, not because of what you achieve, but because of what you carry inside. And yes, some days will test you. Some days will whisper lies like, you're behind or you're not enough. But on those days, remember this. You've overcome so much already. You've grown in ways the world will never fully see. You've built strength in silence, courage in chaos, and wisdom in waiting. Today, you don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to keep walking one step, one breath, one decision at a time with faith in your own becoming. So let this be your reminder. You don't need external validation to trust your path. You don't need anyone else to believe in you first. You are your foundation. Say it again, not for anyone else, but for you. I believe in myself completely and unshakably. Let that belief guide your choices today. Let it shape how you speak to yourself. Let it soften the fear and strengthen the trust. No matter what this day brings, challenges, changes, uncertainty, you are not powerless. You are equipped. You are enough. And you are capable of handling whatever comes with grace, clarity, and courage. Because the truth is, your belief in yourself doesn't just change your mindset, it changes your life. And that begins right here, right now, with a choice to believe. And just like that, you've done something beautiful. You paused. You breathed. You chose to pour intention into your morning instead of rushing blindly into your day. That might not seem like a big deal, but it is. In a world constantly telling us to move faster, think bigger, do more, you chose stillness. You chose clarity. You chose you. So take a deep breath with me right here, right now. Inhale calm. Exhale gratitude. Because what you just did, letting these affirmations speak life into your spirit, isn't just a morning ritual. It's a declaration. It's you saying to the world, I'm here, I'm grounded, and I'm ready to show up as my truest self. Today, you've planted the energy for something beautiful. And no matter what comes your way, stress, distraction, uncertainty, these words you've spoken to yourself are now seeds quietly growing within you. Let them be your shield when life feels overwhelming. Let them be your anchor when your mind begins to race. Let them be the soft light you carry no matter how heavy the day might get. And when the world gets loud, when you feel lost in the chaos of headlines, responsibilities, expectations, remember this. You can always come back to this moment, this breath, this version of you that is calm, capable, and full of light. You don't have to carry the weight of everything at once. You don't have to be perfect. You don't even have to have it all figured out. You just have to keep showing up with presence, with heart, with intention. Because that light you carry, it's not random. It's not small. It's not just for you. It was made to be seen. It was made to guide. It was made to inspire the people around you even when you don't realize it. So walk into your day not just with a to-do list, but with a purpose. Be kind with your thoughts. Be gentle with your pace. Be open to receiving what's meant for you and brave enough to let go of what's not. You are doing better than you think. You are growing in ways that may not yet be visible. And you are more powerful than any doubt trying to tell you otherwise. Thank you truly for beginning your day with us. Thank you for choosing presence over pressure. And thank you for letting this space, this little corner of the internet, be part of your morning. If this message made a difference in your day, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to 10 Morning Affirmations to start your day right. This is your sanctuary for positivity, self-love, and growth. Come back anytime you need a reset, whether it's today, tomorrow, or years from now. This space will always be here for you. Now go. Go shine unapologetically, courageously, gently. Not because you have to prove anything, but because the world needs your light. And it starts with this moment, this you. There's something sacred about the start of your day. Before the noise. Before the rush. Before the world asks anything of you, there's a brief window of stillness. And what you do in that window, it matters more than you think. Because how you start your morning shapes how you carry your entire day. It's not about waking up at 5 a.m., checking 10 things off your list before sunrise, or following some rigid routine you found online. It's about how you speak to yourself the moment you open your eyes. Do you rush straight into the stress? Or do you take a moment to pause and anchor yourself in something deeper, something intentional? Because here's the truth. The first voice you hear in the morning is often your own. And what you choose to say in those early moments, that's what sets the emotional tone for everything that follows. That's why affirmations matter. They're not just trendy phrases. They're not just nice words to make you feel temporarily better. They are seeds, tiny, powerful reminders of who you truly are beneath the fear, the stress, the pressure. And just like real seeds, they need care. You can't speak it once and expect transformation. You water it with repetition. You nurture it with belief. You create new neural pathways, new emotional reflexes, a new internal compass, one small statement at a time. Think of it this way. If you start your day saying, I'm behind, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, your mind listens. It starts to look for proof that those words are true. But if you begin with, I am capable, I am growing, I am grounded, I am enough, Everything inside you, your focus, your emotions, your posture begins to align with that belief. That's not magic. That's mindset. That's science. You don't have to wait for motivation to come knocking. You create it with your words, your breath, your focus. Motivation isn't something you find. It's something you build. And on the days when belief feels out of reach, when you're tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed, that's when affirmations are most powerful. Not because you feel them instantly, but because you're choosing to speak life, even when it feels hard. That's where transformation begins, not in perfection, but in persistence. Every single day, you're evolving. You may not always see it. Growth is often quiet. But with every conscious word, every intentional choice, every moment of grace you offer yourself, you're expanding. You're stepping into your full potential, not all at once, but piece by piece. And with each piece, your confidence grows. Your clarity sharpens. Your energy begins to reflect something deeper, something rooted. So as you begin today, remember this. You don't need to feel ready to start. You don't need to be perfect to believe in your worth. You just need to show up and speak with intention. Let your morning be your message. Let your first thoughts plant the kind of energy you want to carry through every conversation, every challenge, every step ahead. Say it, believe it, live it, because your inner world creates your outer experience. And the most powerful transformation? It begins with the words you whisper to yourself when no one's listening.